Hello guys, it's your pal Shy back again with a video. What we're gonna talk about is the new video on Street Fighter 6. The currently new video about how the new feature plans, the new it looks like the selfies you can make with your certain teachers and disciples, the different move sets you could put onto your character. It honestly give me a really big Ultimate Tenkaichi 3 vibe, or even we could go Xenoverse 2, Xenoverse 1 type of vibe with the character creation. You can make any character you want and have any different type of skills in them to mix into different fighting styles. All kinds of new stuff. We get introduced to new characters. We saw more of the open world. We know more now about how they were bringing back the guild thing, so they're not getting rid of Street Fighter 5. You can definitely keep your factions together, and you can make costumes that you put on your custom character. It's a lot of new features. They also keep all the old gen console games like Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha, all the old games onto the consoles that you can play in the back. So you don't have to only play Street Fighter 6, you can still play all the old stuff. Now, moving on from that, we're gonna talk about more is the also how they train in the training mode. The training mode has also changed as well. As to now, not only can you play against your friends and make little lobbies for your friends, you can also have training modes with your friends, so you can have a one-on-one session with them and teach them how the game goes. Honestly, I think Street Fighter 6 is becoming more accessible for all types of fighters, new and old, to be able to play on the same field and to be able to get into the game and not get lost. Because I had this problem when I'm teaching. Currently now, I'm teaching new players. I am teaching new players on Tekken 7 versus Tekken 5, and Street Fighter 5. And I'm noticing the big problem with those teaching new players is that they have a problem with inputs, they have a problem understanding what you're doing, and just you can't help but end up losing more time replaying the match than actually showing them what to do. I have to do Discord sharing, but honestly, it's not the same vibe as showing a display on. Say if they was there and they saw me do a combo, then they go ahead and do the combo back. They understand we can at least keep going forward. It's different. It's also another thing where I see this feature on games that are not even fighting games. I've seen this feature on shooting games. I see this feature in Valorant. I see this feature in Aim Labs. I see this feature in Call of Duty. I also see this feature in League of Legends, which is not a shooting game. It's just a MOBA. But I'm just saying an example is that this type of training feature is here. They also have this training feature in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So I don't understand why they took it out. I don't understand why they never keep it going. I guess they feel like people was not taking advantage of it, or maybe it was not that popular. I think it should always be in a Street Fighter game to have that type of training mode. But regardless of the fact, I'm just glad it's back, and I'm glad now when it comes to people who actually want to learn the game and they come to me and say, "Hey, yo, how you do this and that?" I can literally take them into a training mode with me, and I can show them how to play the game. Sorry about that. Next thing, story mode. How is the story going to go? The reason why I said Xenoverse will probably be the best current example because a lot of people will not remember Ultimate Tenkaichi 3, but in Ultimate Tenkaichi 3 and Xenoverse, you had to teach a teacher, and the teacher would teach you moves, and you can use the moves to make your character the different fighting styles. It seems to be the same case that they're going to be using in Street Fighter. Now, is that bad? No, it's actually a really genius design. You can have a fighting style with different move inputs into the fighting style. So you can have regular Luke norms, was to say. We have all his norms and stuff. Combine that with Ryu Shoryuken, Chun-Li spinning kick, and maybe even Guile's Sonic Boom. That's an interesting take on the idea of making your own personal fight style and your own personal character. And you can even take that character to online matches against other players and play them with that character. See, not only you can play with the roster of fighting game characters, you can play with your own version of the character that you want to make in Street Fighter. Now that's interesting, and I love to see the type of tournaments people would have would be like custom characters only, or be like I can see people making ridiculously funny characters, probably Shrek characters, talking about grapple only, grab only, or DC. Yeah, it would just be hilarious, and I like the changes they make into the game because there's definitely a lot more um inputs into the game versus the when they first had the beta. Because in the beta, I was only able to play characters, and that was it. Now it seems like they want us to know more about how the custom characters are going to go and how the customization will go. Because as I can say again, the customization is very advanced and very detailed. You can also even go to make your own guild outfit to combine into outfits too. So it's kind of a sense of giving me a more GTA 5 style, because not GTA, yeah, GTA 5, yeah, GTA 5 style. Because in GTA 5 you had the club outfits you can make it, the club cars and the club type of representation in that game to show you what crew you with. And the thing that makes it so unique was that you could have a T-shirt and it will have your crew sign on it. Even when you look at your name, you have the crew sign on it. So the fact that it is coming into this game as well, and they're trying to flip it into a Street Fighter type of style, it's really cool. It's honestly just cool. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the food stuff that you seem to be able to use to buff your character and increase his health bar and such. That's also looks like an interesting take. So it's not like just you're just moving around the world, you're living up. You also have to have consumables with you to help you in battle. So they definitely taking a lot of elements that they had in the arcade version of Street Fighter 5, and they're trying to make it like a little bit more more understanding, a little bit more consumer friendly into Street Fighter 6, I will say. Let me just say consumer friendly. It might be much more of a good name for it. Now, how do you feel about the bonding system? The bonding system, if you don't know what that is, if you're not playing any type of Xenoverse type of game, you probably will not get how the bonding system works in this game. Well, if you play Naruto Shippuden, I forgot about Naruto Shippuden, Road to Boruto, they had that too. Was that Naruto Shippuden or was that another Naruto thing? Was that Boruto or something? You guys probably know what ninja game I'm talking about. They had the same also a bonding system as well. In this game, yeah, it's there too. You can bond with your sensei and get special, unique stuff. You can have your sensei come help you and so on. And obviously, you have little special interactions with your sensei, and that's really fun. I like that. I like the whole like you're really making your story in the Street Fighter universe. Like you're making your own type of experience, your own type of playthrough, your own type of feel. So I could feel like people might do is you definitely could have like 1,000 different playthroughs throughout the game. You could definitely gonna be a lot of exploring, probably different. You can use your moves to get to different areas in the game, and so on. Another thing is, I also love the different reactions you have. You can use your abilities to avoid fights. You don't always have to fight every person you see. You could literally just use your abilities to run away from them. It's just different way of how you play the game, and you have many ways to avoid stuff and not have to deal with it. I don't even know what he did here. I think he just stopped time. Now, this is also showing you this whole like you, I guess you fight a bunch of people. Yeah, I love these guys. I just love the little mini enemies you can have around the area. So you always feel like you're doing something. You always feel like you just. By the way, in this Street Fighter game, you can fight anybody. So it's not just these mini guys you're fighting. You can fight random citizens, and they run the hands with you. If you ever watched the Maximilian videos, I think he has the best representation of that. It was when he was walking around, he punched his lady, and the lady said, "What's up?" She see me with the hands, and it started a whole 1v1 fight, and she was the same level as him. It was kind of hilarious that anybody you fighting here can fight back. Like it's not this you just hit somebody and then keep going. It's not gonna be like that. Everybody can run the hands with you. It's literally a city where everybody's trying to be the best. And I like that this story is connected to that. Now, what's the next thing? You see, well, I'm sure you see how the stage is set and everything. I think that's most of the stuff I want to talk about. This is obviously when the beta comes out. There's gonna be more stuff we can test out, more stuff we can find out. But at the end of it, I think Street Fighter 6 is gonna have a good time. I think it's gonna be one of those fighting games I'm gonna really, really enjoy and really, really love. Because Street Fighter has always been that game that I always enjoyed. I love the Star Strike. I love Street Fighter 4. But 5 was just really hard for me to get into because I had a lot of like issues personally for me when it came to the story, the lobby system, how the online matches felt. I felt like if I fight somebody with 4 bars, it felt like I was fighting a 2 bar, and I fight foreigners. I felt like I was fighting 4 bars. It was so weird how the connection worked. I felt weird how the matchmaking worked. And then even with console players, it felt like you was fighting a fucking monster of a connection. But no, that's just personal issues. That's just how my gripes of the game. Obviously, other people enjoyed it more. I love the characters. The characters was fine. I think the characters was very interesting and detailed. But obviously, it was more stuff they could have done with it, because I felt like it was a lot more limitations on Street Fighter 5 than needed to be. But I'm glad to see that in Street Fighter 6 that's not the case. It's really a flexible playstyle. Obviously, you have big combos to poking to zoning, where zoning is not OP like in some fighting games. I must say, like Mortal Kombat, for instance, it had like a big zoning problem. They fixed that, or not Mortal Kombat so much. Maybe let me not say Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat has different versions of zoning and how that integrated into the fighting game. I must say Injustice definitely too. In the beginning, had a big zoning problem with Black Adam and Supergirl, and then that got fixed. Deadshot, that got fixed right away. But sadly, that also did not help the game in the beginning. In this game, it's not that we're not gonna have any of those type of issues. We're gonna have a lot of fun in a lot of different ways. You can just enjoy the game. Like look at the stuff you could do, jury combos and stuff. I'm just gonna have a great time here, honestly. Now, well, I think that's all I want to say. This is just my Street Fighter showcase review about how I felt about it. We're gonna see you guys on the 26th, so to play the beta. So look out for me on that. And yeah, I'll just thank you guys for watching, and take care of yourselves. I'm gonna try to post more videos more often, and I'm definitely gonna stream the beta, so you guys can get me on there. So yeah, peace.